I knew that it would only take for the sun to come out that people would just stop listening. Welcome to your Millennial Unfiltered Mother podcast, aka your M.U.M podcast. I'm your host, Christiana, and yay, I am back with just some more chat about what's going on right now in the world with the lockdown due to COVID-19 and how it's all going for me personally. Now, I've literally not been doing very well with this lockdown at all. For me, I'm coming up to my third week of being in isolation, and it's tough. It's too hard. And it's too hard for several reasons. But I think as time has progressed, I've had a lot on my mind, and I've just sort of thought, what is it exactly that I'm sort of struggling with? And it's a few things. So one of them is, what is normal? I'm sort of hoping to get back to normal, hoping that things just get back to what they were. But realistically, is that even possible at this point? Is that even possible? So what is normal? I work in the hospitality sector, and I kind of feel like even when they start to lift the lockdown just a little bit and start to be a little bit more lenient with the rules, I kind of feel like there's still going to be certain rules in place about, how you travel, what sort of work is allowed to, what kind of people are allowed to go back to work, and, what rules that they have to sort of put together. But I'm sort of feeling like social distancing is going to be advised for at least a year. So even though they're going to slowly bring things back to normal, I just have a feeling that social distancing is still going to be not advised. And I also feel like some people, months down the line, are going to feel a little bit uncomfortable about it still as well. Do you know what I mean? Because as more time goes by, and for as long as we're sort of in lockdown, I kind of feel like the reality is going to start hitting more people gradually. And, even me, only coming up to week 3, I'm listen, I'm seeing all these memes online about, boy, when I come out of quarantine, do you know what I mean? I'm hitting the club, I'm doing this and that. And, at first it was funny. It was quite funny. But then now, it's are you serious? When all of this has died down, the first thing you're going to do is be crowded, amongst all these people and just trust that it's all gone. Hell no. I'm not going around no one anytime soon. Do you understand? I'm not planning no sort of gathering. And even if I do, it's maximum 4 people, literally. And somewhere where we don't have to be around any other group. Do you know what I mean? I just already feel uncomfortable about being in big spaces. So imagine how I'm going to feel about it the longer this lockdown goes on for. Do you know what I mean? And that's now where all my anxieties are coming into play, because it's just what is normal? I'm so longing to go back to things. I'm so longing for things to go back to normal. But now in my head, I'm just okay, I need to know what the new normal is now, because all this not knowing what's going on, what's happening in the world is too much. I've stopped, reading newspapers. I've stopped, putting on the news. I'm done, because I'm all in lockdown, shut down in my yard. Do you understand? And I'm not around anyone. And the only source of information I have about coronavirus is what I see in the media, is what I see in the news, is what I see in newspapers and stuff like that, and all these apps. And it's literally never anything positive. Never. Do you know what I mean? Everything is just always negative. Death rises, all these NHS staff that are now just dropping. And, do you know what? It's getting too much. Another celebrity coming out saying that they got no COVID-19. And I'm there questioning who's actually getting tested. Where are all these tests taking place? Why are they on some long thing when it comes to testing people? In my personal opinion, I should have been tested already. Yeah. Because I'm someone with a medical history, and all I've received is a text that says that I may be at high risk if I was to come to contact with someone with COVID-19. That doesn't tell me anything. What are you trying to tell me? Do you know what I mean? That if I remotely even come close to anyone with COVID-19, and I was to contract it, that I'm at high risk of what? Do you understand? So I'm just anxious. I've got all this anxiety about so many different things. And I'm not necessarily scared, but like when I saw that text, it just made me more angry than it made me more concerned or anything like that. Because I've been following the rules. I've been locked down. Do you understand? But, these people, I kind of feel like if that's the case, I need to be tested. I should have been offered a test. I don't know a single human being in my life who has been tested. And I don't understand why. Why are all these random celebrities being tested? If there's a way for me to pay to get tested, how do I do it? Because I'll pay you. Do you understand? I just don't understand why the tech is so long about it. I get it. Resources are low. Staff is low. This, that, this. I still personally believe that they're dragging their feet a little bit. I really do. I kind of feel like the amount of tests that they do a day is not sufficient enough. And I was staying on top of the news and stuff like that. And I could see that. And on Twitter and what different people are saying, I know that people agree with me. I'm just thinking, what are these people doing? So my anxiety comes from all different places. I've decided to stop watching the news, stop, reading all these news articles, because that's my only source of information about what's going on. And all I'm reading is nothing helpful. It's only just making me more annoyed. And I kind of feel like so many people in the world must also feel the same, because it only took for a one sunshine to come. And then the next day I went to go and look, and I saw articles again, and I saw things on Twitter, and I saw things all over the place about people out and about sunbathing and doing all the picnics, catch-ups. I'm like, these people have gone mad. Everyone's gone mad. And I kind of feel like it's because, I don't know, like, it's just not, like, the rules are so wishy-washy. You call it a lockdown, but it's not really a lockdown. Don't go out, but only for essential. What to use an essential? Don't go out, but okay, you can go out for exercise. Don't go out, but only if your work is essential. It's so wishy-washy that, of course, everybody's just going to be like, look, I'm just going about my business, and then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Do you know what I mean? That's why, like, it's all too wishy-washy for some people. And now, look, a one piece of sunshine, and we barely get sunshine in this country, as you well know. So the one piece of sun, and it's not even hot. Everyone's going mad. Round where I live, it's been quiet. It's been completely quiet. There's not really much been going on. This weekend when the sun came out, literally, so much noise, so much foot traffic. Everyone's out, and I just kind of feel like, yeah, this is just a sign of what's to come. Now that the weather's picking up and it's getting warmer, this government is going to find it harder to lock people down. Unless they make clear, concise rules, everyone is just going to go out and take the risk. And, I don't know how this is going to affect, the future and how things are going to start looking. Because I need for structure. I need for, I need to understand what my new normal is at this point. Because this is just getting ridiculous. I feel bad for my son because, obviously his routine is just completely topsy-turvied. And, he spends half the week with me and he spends half the week with his dad. That's the agreement that we both made. And I know that the government, I mentioned it before, that the government were a bit wishy-washy about those rules. In the beginning, it was okay for you to move kids in between homes. And then they was like, okay, don't do it. Don't move kids in between homes. And then something else came out saying, well, it's okay if they're under a certain age. Again, wishy-washy. So as parents, we decided the rules. If we know that we are self-isolating and everything like that, and we're being careful and things like that, then it's okay for us to do it. We're not using any public transport. We're not around anyone. He literally goes from one house into the car, into the other house, into the car, back to the other house. And that's literally how it goes. And it's, we're both still figuring things out for ourselves, and we kind of need that time with our son as well. So that's how we've decided to do it. And then it's all over the place for him. I can imagine, he's just 2 years old. It's all over the place for him. He's like, what's going on? Just a couple of weeks ago, I was going to the nursery every day. And now I'm sort of back and forth between you lot's houses, like, what's going on? And I just kind of feel like there's just never been like a stable, like, sort of way of living with him. And I just kind of feel like it's going to affect him. So then that's another level of my anxiety, because I'm just like, what is happening? Like, it's all too much. I don't know. I just kind of felt like this is just going to a place where it's like, I don't know what to think. I've watched so many shows on Netflix, and yes, that has kept me entertained. Actually, I haven't watched that much. I've got a list, and I haven't actually gone through it that much, but I've caught up with some things, and they've been great. What else have I been doing with my time? I've not been doing that much. I genuinely struggle. I do genuinely struggle, and my days are going quite quickly, but it is a struggle. Some days are better than others. I just kind of feel frustrated. I feel frustrated, you know what I mean? Because I've had such a, up and down life, and things were starting to just sort of, just sort of clear up, and things were starting to get a bit more under control, and boom. Obviously, it's nobody's fault, and, these kind of things you can't predict. I mean, I for sure know that this could have been prevented if they'd have acted sooner, but hey, they didn't act sooner. So that's it. That's our reality now. So it's hard to preoccupy my time with a lot of things when I have so much going through my head. And I just kind of feel like this is just, it's just gone on for too long. And I'm only sort of 3 weeks in. So I don't know how I'm going to feel 6 weeks in, 9 weeks in. I don't know if it's going to get easier, if it's going to get harder. And it's a lot. So if you've got some tips about how to sort of combat some of the anxiety, I'd love to know and hear about it. And I'll definitely talk about it on the next podcast, because I do kind of feel like there's a lot of people struggling. And my bin, if you pick up my bin, the bottles clanging from all the alcohol, I'm not even going to lie. From all the alcohol that has been consumed is another level. And it does kind of scare me, because I'm thinking, wow, the alcoholism that's going to be, not for me, like, trust me, I'm under control. But for some people in the world, like, that's all they got to do is sit home and drink. Drinking combats boredom. It does. Let's have it all the way right. And so there's eating. I've decided to go back on keto full time, because that's my only way that I'm not just going to be sitting and eating shit just to pass time. Like, I have to focus my mind on something. And I've decided that keto, before, when I did it, was one of the most positive experiences, was something that I had quite a lot of fun with. So I thought, okay, cool, I'm going to do keto. And I've been doing keto now for, I think it's a week. I'm not too sure. I don't have any concept of daytime. I don't know what day is. I don't really care what day it is, because every day is the same. So I don't know how long I've been doing it for, and that's the honest truth, but I feel like it's been a while. And yeah, it's okay. I definitely don't snack on crap, only keto stuff, and it's been going great. My mission is not to lose weight. My mission is not to do anything like that. I am just focusing my energy on positive things. I am just doing things that I kind of feel like I need to do in order for me not to sink even lower. Do you know what I mean? Because if I was just sitting down eating crap, I'm going to wake up one day and just realize nothing fits. Like, I'm not feeling myself when I look in the mirror, and then this is going to cause even more problem. Do you know what I mean? So I would definitely advise not to go on any diets or anything, but just focus your energy and focus just the things that you do on positive things, on things that are only going to make you feel positive. Because we're in this for the long haul, peeps. Yeah, all of you lot taking the mic and doing sunbathing and everything like that. I kind of feel you and I kind of get you, but you're not helping us. You're not helping us. I know, because I'm one of those people who lives in a flat and I don't have a garden. I don't have a balcony. I don't have none of that. But I do have like an outdoor space outside. And I only go there when I need for my son to get a bit of fresh air and to run around just a little bit. And if we're there by ourselves, that's the only time that I do it. So I get it, it's tough, but sit outside on your windows still if you can. If not, just literally stand outside for a bit for air. Like going into a whole park and lying down sunbathing, doing WhatsApp groups saying, yeah, let's all meet here. You're not helping us. You're actually setting us back. So just think about that before you're doing all of that, because that's that's a madness. But I do hope everybody is keeping well and doing the best that they can. I know I am, and I'm just being real about my personal experience with this lockdown. It's a struggle, but we move. Day by day, we move. Right, I'm going to go make myself some peanut butter cookies because I've got some time to kill, honey, before my son gets back. And thanks again, guys, for tuning in to another episode, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.